set, go.
I think that worked perfectly.
Yeehaw.
I'm going to turn my lights on.
We're live. Hey, folks. Hopefully you're joining us once again for a stimulating conversation between Katrina and Tim.
Because they don't want to know the conversations we have off camera.
Well, there's some off camera. We're not allowed to put on camera, so we say
apparently we can't because there's certain things we say that we get banned.
Yeah, we've had that happen before. It's a bummer. But it happens. It happens. What can I say? It happens.
Yeah.
Right? So you planning for Christmas? Getting ready? Getting your presents? Got your tree?
Redoing my lights because of this, whatever. We've gotten so much rain out here that it keeps shorting out the fuse on my lights outdoor. Until I rewire this place electric. Now I know the failures. I think I've traced down the failure last night. They keep setting the fuse off. But the thing that's really setting the fuse off is the fact that we've gotten 2 years worth of rain in 3 months.
Yeah.
I can't keep the ground outside my house dry. They put plugs on it because I have electrical cords running all over my lawn to make this stuff happen. So,
well, at least you're getting rain. There's a lot of places right now that would love that rain.
Yeah, it's called the way the world works.
Yeah.
Rain's in one place and not in another.
Yep, I get it. We've had a little rain here and there, not a lot, but a little bit here and there. We've had more wind than anything. In Chile, it's been in the 20s.
Oh, really? It's like 30 some odd degrees outside. Alexa, what's the temperature outside?
Right now, it's 43 degrees Fahrenheit. Today, expect a high of 54 degrees.
Ooh, you're hot.
It was 37 when I got up to go out for coffee this morning.
Well, we're at 31, and last night it was down to 22.
Careful, we can't talk about the weather too much. We might get banned.
I know that.
I'm pretty sure we won't get banned on Twitter anymore.
I would really want to do something right now, but I would get banned. We would get banned for sure if I did, so I'm not going to do it. I'm going to show the birdie, but
yeah,
you can't show the birdie.
So done with that.
Oh, so frustrating. Remember we were talking about Twitter and Elon Musk and how things are going to go, and let's see what happens. Well, I read an article that he's not even paid his rent.
That what?
That evidently Twitter has a big headquarters.
Mm-hmm.
He refuses to pay the rent for the headquarters because he's trying to downsize everything. So he won't pay the rent. He's not paying the rent.
Well, I'm sorry.
I don't know.
There's probably more to that.
Oh, I'm sure there is.
I'm sure there is because
let's face
it, here's what I've learned over the past 5 years, and literally him taking over Twitter is the first sign that this has been going on for a while. That they put the story out that they want to grab your attention, and then they print the retraction on page 4. This has been going on through history.
Or they give you a little bit up front and you start reading it, and then as you start going down farther, it has nothing to do with
what the actual headline. Yeah, the headline's there to get you.
Yeah, but I mean, I know he put a lot of money out there and sold a lot of his Tesla stock to buy it. And
I don't know. No, I don't think he sold a lot of his Tesla stock. I think he partnered with a bunch of people to get the money to do this. But here's what you got to realize: Elon Musk doesn't lose money.
No, I know.
This man is smart, all right, and whereas they'll say something like that he may be not paying rent, but I'll bet you it's something along the lines of he's trying to renegotiate the lease.
Oh, I'm sure he is,
and cut the office space down.
I'm sure he is,
and I'm sure they're fighting him onto it. And what he'll do is he'll buy in commercial. I've seen this done because he'll buy out the lease. Right, and he'll move them to Texas or something.
Yeah, probably.
All right, which all those people out there are going, no, we're going to stick to our guns. and they end up with a big empty building, and now nobody can afford it.
Yeah.
You know,
Well,
you're
and
dealing
a
with
lot
one
of
your-
people,
Huh?
a lot of people have been going back. I mean, when we were talking about the whole, when the pandemic started and everybody went home, started working from home, and then everybody started slowly going back to the office. Now they're slowly going back home because of cost and in supposed.
No, but what it does is this is, what do they call it? The supply and demand of real estate.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right. What this is going to do is someone like him. All right. The people are now starting to look at, how can I run my business? Do I need a big fancy building in downtown San Francisco to run my online company? No,
I don't think so.
I could run a T1 line, all right, to Des Moines, Iowa, to the middle of the field and put a building up there. All right. And I just took my costs and went from 40 million a year to 3 million a year.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's what the pandemic did for people
yeah.
who are in the internet type business. They realize, wait a minute, I don't have to live in a city anymore.
Mm-mm.
All right. But what that does is that takes cities like you and I live in, and it makes those cities expand because people go to those smaller towns and they go to the outskirts and they build new houses. And the new houses makes the city grow. Right.
Yep. Speaking of houses,
yeah,
I was reading with the housing market and everything, how it's starting to go down and it's starting to level out or whatever the case may be. They said there were a couple of places where it's been even and it hasn't gone down, hasn't gone up. It's just been even. And it's been the one that's been sustaining the housing market. And one of the places is in your state.
Yeah.
That's right next door to us, El Paso, Texas. Evidently, they've been steadily growing and steadily building homes that are affordable, that people can afford.
Mm-hmm.
So people have been starting to move into the El Paso area. So it's starting to get bigger.
Yeah, but all right. Have you ever looked, like, you take a map, all right, of the United States and you expand it out? All right. Look at the town you see for the big name town that comes up versus the towns out there.
Yeah.
And you get the Mexican side is bigger.
Yeah.
But I mean, imagine living on that side, all right, in a hut and looking through a fence
across the street.
All right.
Seeing a really nice house being built, and you're thinking, why am I living in this hut?
Yeah.
When those people over just across the way. Yep. I know.
But I wouldn't want to live in El Paso.
Mm-mm. Me neither.
So my wife's company has a store in El Paso, and her company has cameras that they can access from the office here in Dallas and every one of their stores. And they had a lady that they thought was stealing. So they went and reviewed the cameras and found out that the lady did. Well, she showed up the next day again. So the store manager calls my wife and basically tries to give code to say, look at the cameras.
Yeah. Yeah.
My wife looks at the cameras, and sure enough, it's that same lady. So they'd already had security on the way. Security came, they had the police come. The lady had an option. You either pay for the stuff you took, or we arrest you.
Yep, off to the pokey.
So guess what she did? She paid for the stuff, right? And then they criminal trespassed her. She could never come back in that store.
Yeah. I mean, and I know they're having a big issue in El Paso right now because they've got a lot of migrants that are coming over the border. They're waiting in line because of the that I guess it's Prop 42 or something of that nature, 42 or 24 that's going to be expiring. I don't know the whole details of it, but it's and it's kind of a little bit unnerving that it's only like 45 minutes to an hour away from us.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, like you said, they're probably sitting in a hut and looking across the way and saying, look at that nice house that's being built. Why can't we have an opportunity?
This idea that we're letting almost anybody into the country. when almost anybody can get across the line. The people who are traveling and fighting the most, all right, are not always the best, shall we say, the best investment for our country. Sometimes, you know, I mean, when people say, well, yeah, well, of course you're bringing the doctors, and we're bringing people, you know, but when you bring people in who can do something to better our country, I agree with that. But when you're just letting anybody without checking them out walk into your country, would you let anybody without checking them out walk into your house and set up camp? I wouldn't.
No.
Right? I want to know that, you know, it's your business. All right. Would you let anybody into your business without checking to see, after you give them access to your bank account? You check that stuff. And sometimes these people who are coming across the border like this are not the best.
Well, not all of them, but there are a lot of them that have good intentions and they want to just do the best by their family.
There's a lot there are, yes.
A lot that are, but I think the hardest part, and I didn't realize this, we had this discussion, that I didn't realize how much it takes in regards to money and time to become a citizen, a U.S. citizen.
I had an ex-wife who went through it. All right.
A lot of time and a lot of money that a lot of these people don't have. So I think it's interesting that I know there's different sides to it. And I know some people say, well, they should just go through the right process. Well, I understand that, but when you don't have the money and you don't have the resources to do that, and all you want to do is better your family.
Well, no, I am all in favor of giving everybody a green card. They can come here and work.
Yep.
Right.
I agree.
I'm in favor of that. The difference I have is if you're not willing to then file the paperwork, go through the process to make this permanent. So in other words, you're coming here and then you're sending your money back home.
Yeah.
I think you should be taxed at a higher rate.
Yeah, because you're taking the money and sending it.
Because you're taking the money and shipping it back to your home country. I'm not saying you can't come here and work. I'm just saying that is a way to alleviate the problem. Because here's what's going to happen. Some guys are going to go, well, I'm making $50,000 and I'm paying $20,000 in taxes. That's $30,000. If I was home working someplace, I'd be making $10,000. That's a ton more money.
Yep.
All right. And that's the mindset of a lot of rich people. So my tax rate's higher. I would rather pay 50% tax on $1 million, all right, than 1% tax on $50,000. You know what I mean? I'm still going to make more money.
I agree.
That's the rich person's mindset. And that's what a lot of these people's mindset would be. But we're giving them a free break. Well, they don't make as much. They're not the founder, or they're not the owner of Twitter, so they're not making that much money. So we got to cut them a break. No, many of them would pay it. Why? Because again, if you tax them 50%, half of what they make here is usually 10 times more than what they'd make back home.
There. Yeah, I agree. And even when they send it back over there, it's still a lot more money than they ever would have.
Still a lot more money back there than they ever can afford.
Yeah, I agree. But I mean, and it's just like all the other issues out there. I mean, there's no one answer, and nobody's really come up with a true solution.
No. Yes, we have. We have come up with solutions. The problem is every solution we create creates other problems.
Yeah.
And when we accept that's fact about life. Every solution you come up creates more problems. So I'm not going to say that we have not tried to fix the problem. No, we've been trying to fix problems. That's what's called life. All right. I'm not going to put down, a political person because they come up with a solution, whether I like it or dislike it. No, there's a problem. They're trying to come up with a solution.
At least they're trying to come up with a solution.
That's it. They're trying to fix the problem. At least
they're trying instead of,
every solution you come up with is going to create more problems. That's just life, right? True. But if you don't do anything, it never gets solved.
And that's part of it. You got to try it. You come up with a solution and then, we didn't see that coming. So now we got to come up with this solution. Oh, we didn't see that coming. So, I mean, with the whole pandemic thing, nobody saw it coming. How we dealt with it. And I mean, that was nobody saw it, and it caused more issues.
Yeah. And there's people out there who say that, they saw it coming. They planned it. I love that one. The plandemic.
Let's plan this. get everybody sick so they
I'm
can
not going to
stay
say,
at
yeah,
home,
no,
and our
no.
economy will tank. And let's do it. Woohoo!
Dude, yeah. People really want an Orange Man going.
I know.
All right. So I can see some legitimacy in pandemic. All right, but really, right? You want to believe that? Go ahead.
Yeah, it causes more problems.
Yeah.
And more issues. I'm just
all right. So
saying.
No. Well, this morning I'm at Starbucks, right? And we come into Starbucks every morning, and I park a distance away, and I back into my parking spot. Well, I pull around, start backing in, and this lady in a Chevy Traverse. And it's the second Traverse that it was like really slowing things down that morning.
Don't get me started.
Anyway, so I back in, I pull around and I back into my parking spot so I can always pull out. And as I'm backing in, this lady comes up and then races up and then slows down to go by. Give me this mean look like, why are you backing in? Why don't you just pull it, right? It gets better. She goes over to pull into one of the 2 handicap spots right in front of Starbucks, which it looks like, all right, she can go around to get to the second one because it looks like this one car is kind of in the middle. Well, it's not. This one car is in the one parking spot, edged a little over to the sidewalk area of it.
Okay.
Right? So she has to now back up. It is impossible to back up in this place because there's cars coming every which direction. That's why I back in so that I can get a clear view to pull out, because backing out, people can hit each other not watching what they're doing.
My husband does the same thing. He backs into stuff as well.
So she's trying to back up to pull into this other parking spot. What a headache that is. Finally, she gets in. The lady who comes out to get into the car next to her, the one that was in the other spot, she's... yeah, right. So, wait a minute. She comes out around the front of the car, and the lady just gets in the car and backs up, right? So then she goes back around the other side of the car to try to catch her as she's going by. And stuff. Right? It's better. So then the lady's gone. She figures she can move to another parking spot. She gets in her car to do it, all right, and a big truck pulls into that spot and blocks it again.
It's called
she threw her window in her car on.
I'm saying, if you complain, the universe will give you more to complain about.
I'm like looking at this lady, like, and I said to my mom, I says, this lady here's like a nutcase.
Oh my God.
Like, how dare you be handicapped too?
Yeah, it's like, really? I know. People are fascinating. I mean, if anybody sat there and just watched and paid attention to what's going on in a crowd of people, they would probably have so many stories to tell. It would be unbelievable. They could probably do a whole show on it. I'm just saying.
So Mom and I continue to talk about the subject, right?
Uh-huh.
And I said, Mom, if she mouthed off to me, I'd just use the C or B word and call her that and tell her shut up.
Some people just want to be heard.
I know, and I
just want to be heard.
No. So then my mom and I are talking. She just she said she would smile and do all things. And I said that reminds me of the Star Trek meme where basically Captain Kirk, Spock says to Captain Kirk, James, I no longer listen to idiots. I just agree with them. And Kirk says, that's a dumb idea. And he goes, I agree with you.
Kaboom. Well, I had read an article of somebody, I can't remember the name, and he said, I don't argue. You can't argue with stupid.
You can't.
You can't. And I'm not saying that it's a derogatory thing. It's just when somebody has something in their mind and they truly believe that's what it is, regardless of what you show them otherwise, proof doesn't matter. In their mind, that's the way it is. And no matter what you say, that's it. Okay. And that's what he said. You can't argue with stupid. You just can't.
So we were doing this on my mastermind call last night, and one of my clients is getting people responding off the contact form on their website, trying to sell them on web hosting. Right? They just got web hosting, right? And they're trying to sell on moving their website over, right?
Oh my God.
And they basically, they're trying to converse with. I said, don't converse with these people. They're sending out 1 million of those trying to get somebody to talk to them. I put on my website a disclaimer that says, if you use the contact form or contact information on this page to mail me a sales pitch, you agree to the terms of the fact that I can cuss you out, harass you, use bad language, and treat you like crap. You agree to those terms by sending me a sales pitch.
Oh my God.
It is in the fine print on my. I'm like, it's my website. I want to put that in my fine print.
No, that's funny. Do they read it? Do they read it? No.
They don't.
No.
But
they don't.
I'm thinking about when they do it as hitting the reply in the email and putting that at the bottom of the email.
Yeah.
All right. To let them know that they agreed to those terms.
There's a lot of that going now. I mean, I have gotten more email that's spam and crap email than anything else. At just, oh, hey, I looked at your website and I saw that you do, and maybe we can help you with A, B, C, and D. Or we're a web design and we think we can help you with your website. Do you not see what we do?
No. So wait a minute. They went to KG Website Designs and said, "Hey, we can help you design your website."
Or what I love is when they send you an email and the name is misspelled, or they call you a Mr. when you're a Mrs. So Mr. Garcia, we wanted to make it, or Mrs. It's like, really? At least get the information. Listen. This is just, I'm imploring this out there. If you're going to sell to people, at least do your homework and get the information right. I'm just saying.
I had it. All right. This is one of the things I tell people, like, I've never had great success on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is not my favorite site. I don't get business from it because everybody there, all right, who has come to me on LinkedIn has come to me with one purpose in mind: to sell me.
No. Mm-hmm.
All right. And I actually had a guy one time connect with me on LinkedIn within 30 minutes, sent me 3 emails and called me. He was in Australia.
Yeah, I had that happen too. It was like, really? Yeah. The long, hey, I'm so glad that you accepted my request and da-da-da-da-da. And I think we can help each other if we blah, 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 blah. Let's get on a call. Oh, hey, I haven't heard from you in a while, which has only been like 5 minutes.
10 minutes, yeah.
I was just wondering if we could get on the call. It's like,
I have a call today with a gentleman that someone connected me to, and I don't know how it's going to go, right? But I'm iffy onto it. I put them at I make people come around my way. I don't care. I don't care whether I get business from this or not. This is what really. It comes back to the conversation you and I had beforehand. I'm done dealing with people and what I have to do to be in business. You're going to do business my way, all right? Or I'm not doing business, period. Yeah. I'm done, all right? I'm doing what I have to do to succeed, not what everybody thinks I should do, right?
Well, and I think that's the hardest part is people have been bombarded with information on, we're going to make you rich. Oh, if you do this, A, B, C, and D, we're going to make you so much money. And if you do this, and you do this, and you do this, and you do this, and by the time you're done, your head is spinning, and you don't even know where to begin, and you end up doing absolutely nothing, and you've spent all this money to do nothing. It astounds me how much there's so much out there, and the wording is done great because it gets right to the heart. It gets right to the pain points that people are feeling. And they just, hey, where do we sign? Where do we sign? Where do we sign? And I mean, I've done it. We've all done it. It's just, I think we need to take a step back and realize, is this what I really need right now?
Yeah.
Is it really truly going to make me money, or is it just one more thing that I'm just going to go in, get overwhelmed, do nothing, and spend money and just waste my time and effort and money? Yeah. Is it really truly worth my time?
Well, I set everything up in my business, in my processes. So I have people who actually email me all the time going, hey, I want to be on your podcast. Here's the link. Go apply.
Yeah.
No, I don't want to do that. Well, then you don't get on the podcast, period. Bye.
Sorry. Yeah. I mean, they just, and I know there's a lot of people out there, they want to make money. They want to get that quick rich thing. They want to do the easy button. And I'm here to tell you that we've done over and over again, there is no easy way. There is no easy button. You have to work for it. You have to figure things out. You have to figure out what works, what doesn't.
Yeah.
And that you have to do. If it's your business, you have to do it. Not a coach, not a training. It doesn't matter what you do. They're not going to say,
what is it like? This should be my Simple Easy marketing motto, our Simple Easy Success Program motto. All right. This is the motto of the program. You ready? You don't work, you don't eat.
You don't work, you don't, yeah.
You don't work, you don't eat. There ain't no free lunch.
No.
That's probably the most simple, easy success principle out there. There ain't no free lunch.
And the thing is since the pandemic, there's been a lot of new business owners that have started and gotten into the business realm of things. Mm-hmm. And they're starting to realize, wow, this is a lot harder than I thought it would be.
Yeah.
Wow, I have to really work hard to do this.
Yeah.
Wow, sometimes I have to work in the evening and the weekends I don't know if I want to do this anymore.
Yeah. And there's a reason why some companies have jobs. All right. Yeah. Because there's some of you out there who don't do it. I personally will work 85 hours a week to avoid getting a 40-hour week job. Period. That's me. Has nothing to do with how much money I make.
No.
I will work as hard as I'll work 100 hours a week to avoid getting a job. Yes. That's why I do what I do. I don't do it because I want to be a billionaire. No, I don't. I'd like to be a millionaire, right? But I'm not in business so I can be a millionaire. No, I'm in business because I don't want a job and I will do whatever it takes to not get a job. All right. Things get slow. You will find me doing all kinds of things to actually build business. Right. I did my meetup this week on Tuesday. So, on second Tuesday of every month, I do a meetup here in Dallas.
That's a live one, right?
Live. Yeah. All right. In person. I got a center that gives me the place. They put pizzas, they got soft drinks and stuff for my people to come in. And, I come in and, I've got 1,400 people in the group, and right now, like 2 to 5 show up every month. It's since the pandemic, it's been hard. People don't want to show up, but the people who do show up are usually at wit's end. They're done. They're so spent of trying to force things that they finally go, let me try this guy. And then they, you know what I mean? I literally did nothing but Q&A on this meetup, right? I had 2 people with notebooks. I have one guy there. I mean, he must have flipped the pad on here, taking notes 10 times. Just asking me questions and me saying, here's a simple, easy truth. Go do this. And I pull the website up. See how they did this. Right? Yeah. Get this tool to make it work. Right? And that's what I did. And some people out there are like, you know what I mean? They're going around looking for, I mean, and the one thing I said in this is, it's another one of my simple, easy truths is, all right, do not look for the apps to do the job. Set up the job and find the apps to take away the tasks.
Yeah.
All right. And these guys come in, well, so what app? I'm like, dude, if that's your attitude, you're a failure already. Quit buying apps. And the guy goes, you got a point, because I bought this program, and none of them got me what I'm looking for.
Yep. I mean, there's a lot of great platforms out there. There really are. And there's a lot of great software out there. It's just whether it's going to work for you. And that's the hardest part. You got to work in it, play with it for a little bit, and see if it's set up in the way that you need it. But you don't know what you don't know. And that's, I think, the hardest part when it comes to being an entrepreneur. You don't know what you don't know. You start getting into it, and then you start realizing, oh, okay, this isn't working, and this costs me more money. So I'm going to try that over there. And you're going to try a lot of different things until you find that one that works perfectly. And now you can run with it. But you got to try them all out. You've got to figure it out. I mean, I tell people all the time, there's a lot of, the biggest thing now are the one-stop shops that we've talked about. Kartra, Go High Level, Kajabi. I mean, there's a whole bunch of them. Keep a whole bunch of them out there. And people say, well, I like this one as opposed to that one. I get it. But when you're looking at those things, the the things you want to look at is, number one, is it easy for you to set up? Because what might be easy for Tim may not be so easy for me, and vice versa.
We've proven that.
Yes.
That's what's easy for me is not easy for you.
No.
Because I came to you asking you about Kartra, and what do I use? Kartra.
Yep.
What do you use?
I use Go High Level. So, I mean, you have to find something that works for you, that you can use, that's good on your budget, that's helping you manage your business without you having to be there 9.
Yeah. I think when we come to that too is Katrina Sawa was telling me that when ClickFunnels, she pulled everything from what is now Keep. All right, used to be whatever it used to be
Infusionsoft.
Infusionsoft. Yeah. She pulled because she had everything set up on Infusionsoft and she had a system down. And that's what most people don't realize is sometimes some of these systems go down and they try to move them. Now she moved over to ClickFunnels and it didn't work, and she had to move everything back, and that was a headache. I sampled them. All right. I was with one shopping cart until just before the pandemic. I want to say like 2019, I finally went to Kartra. Yeah. All right. And before that, it was the middle of 2019, like July or something like that when I started it. And I tried Kartra before. I tried the ClickFunnels stuff and all the tools that connect with that. I never did Infusionsoft, and everything along the way, I'm like, I don't need this because I can do everything I have with one shopping cart, and I have optimized press on my WordPress site. So all the sales pages that you're making in ClickFunnels, I could have made them all on optimized press inside on my WordPress site, right? And then Kartra came out, and I tried it at first and got confused. Yeah. Then they gave me 6 months to try it, all right, at like half the price. So like, okay. And I remember I paid it was like $297 to use it for 6 months, which was a good deal. Bad. And that was when, I'm in John Limbacher's program, and John actually did this whole Kartra training. And I went through John's 2-day Kartra training, and I'm like, oh my gosh. When I went in and set it up right, I'm like, this thing it's like going from driving a 1958 Corvette to 2022 Corvette. Yeah. Like it was night and day when you learned how to use it. Yeah. And then it clicked, right? Everything that I do with it when I go in ClickFunnels is still confusing to figure out. And I had a guy walk me through it from ClickFunnels, and I still couldn't get it. Yeah. I mean, everybody learns differently, and everybody has a different mindset. So that's why I always tell people, if you're going to do a one-stop shop, make sure it's something that you understand and you can implement, not somebody else, because we're all different and we all think differently. And all of these one-stop shop systems are set up differently. Yeah. They're not the same. Not one of them is the same. And I've tried all of them. None of them are the same. Yeah. And I mean, they'll get you the same results if you utilize it properly, but none of them are the same. Mm-hmm. And that's, I think, what confuses people is they just go based on, well, so-and-so told me I should try it, but I just don't get it. I mean, I tried Infusionsoft. Not my favorite. And I know it's Keep now, and it's still not my favorite. Just, it's not. And that's why I went to Go High Level. But Go High Level was confusing up front too, just like with Kartra. It always is until you start to get the hang of things, and you start to learn more, and then it's like, okay, I got it. But I mean, a one-stop shop saves you so much time, effort, money. I mean, they're definitely worth it. Definitely worth looking into. It's going to save you a hell of a lot more money. Even with Kartra, it's what, $99? The baseline is $99. The silver program, which I'm on, is $199. Yeah, but $99 a month, and you figure if you've got MailChimp, which is now $35, almost $40 a month, I think it is, for doing your mailing and emailing campaigns and so forth. You can get away with a free CRM, which is HubSpot or Zoho, but So I used MailChimp in the beginning when it was a free platform.
Yeah.
All right. It was very good. Gosh, 10, 11 years ago, before I went to one shopping cart. And I stopped using that when I had an event that had 40 people said they were coming and no one showed up.
What happened?
Just I didn't have ways because of the freeway. I had no ways of tracking who opened emails, who did what, who.
Oh, because you had the free version.
Had the free version. So that's when I was working with Craig, and Craig was like, you need to get a system that works, that you can track and see what happens and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, and that's when I moved to one shopping cart. So.
And one shopping cart has been around for a long
I've been around
time.
a lot longer than
long time.
Yeah.
And it's you know, and like I said, it's just a matter of figuring out what's going to work for you in regards to finances, mind thought. It just, I don't know. I mean, with the new business owners that are coming out now, I just think that they're looking, like I said, they're looking for that easy button, and it's just.
But wait a minute. But let's talk about this, because I've always said, and I say this almost every seminar I've ever done. I say this is the beginning of the seminar: is there's nothing new under the sun.
No.
Is this a new thing, or is this just something that's always gone on? It's just another cycle of it going on.
I think it's just another cycle. It's been going on for a long time.
Yeah, you see what I mean? This has been going on forever. Of people coming in, they go, well, I'm going to go in business, until they realize what it takes to be in business, right? And the more desperate they become, the harder they try to sell. The harder they try to sell, the less sales they make, and the sooner the business fails. And then when they do, they go get a job, and then they complain about how the business didn't work.
I will say this. The one thing that I think is really key is your mindset.
It is.
I think that's key when it comes to running a business, is your mindset, because people get into that woe is me, and well, I can't do this because, and I can't do that because, and guess what? That's what you're going to get more of. So I think if you have that mindset that, you know what, I'm going to make this work. I'm going to do whatever I need to do this. I'm, feet planted on the floor. I'm getting this done. I think you will have a lot more success than if you start feeling sorry for yourself and saying, oh, well, I tried this and that didn't work, and I tried that and this didn't work. It's just like, you're just going to get more of it. So I really, truly believe it's a huge mindset that once you get to that pivoting point where all of a sudden it's a tweak and you realize, wait a minute, if I change this simple thing in my head, this will do much better. It makes a huge difference. But they don't teach you that. They don't teach you that. Coaches don't teach you that for the most part. Some of them do, but a lot of them, they don't teach you that. You need this, you need that, you need to buy this, you need to buy that, and you need to do this program and that program and this and that and this and that.
All right. But to be fair, all right, with coaches, there's a lot of coaches out there speaking, telling everybody they need to do all this. And what is the purpose behind them telling them they need to do all that?
Well, part of it is so that they buy their stuff.
So they hire them because they realize they can't do it all on their own.
Exactly. They make it more difficult so that they say, I can't do this. I'll just hire you.
And they hire, and that's it. And so many people still, they who go in business, they fight that. And that's another reason they fail, is they will fight that. I need to get help. And not you need a coach. I need to get help.
Yeah.
All right. And that's the biggest failure in businesses, is they won't get help because they think they can't afford it. Well, I can't afford that $199 a month right now.
Yeah.
Wait, if you don't find a way to afford the $199 a month now, you think this is expensive? Wait till you get down the road and find out what you need to get.
It's going to be a lot more.
It's going to be a lot more. Yeah.
A lot more.
You know what I mean? This is minor to get started, right? And it's just like, I'm actually looking at another video platform right now that breaks up these videos. And it's like $20 a month. But I can make it into a business, all right? So I can do it for other people. But this the time that this thing spends to do it in a matter of seconds for $19 a month, all right, is actually, if I were to do it with just one of my videos, is 3 weeks worth of work.
Yeah,
and
it's
it does
time
it in
consuming.
seconds.
Time consuming.
So now it's worth the $19 a month.
And I think that's the biggest thing is time. People don't realize that the time they waste saying, well, I can just do it because I can't afford to. I'll just do it because I can't afford. You're taking yourself away from doing what you got into business to do in the first place.
Yeah.
And I mean, I've hired on a team, and I've got people that in the background are helping me because I got to that point where I realized I can't do this anymore. I can't do it by myself. You just get to a point where you can't, no matter how much you try. All you're doing is running around in circles. You're not getting anywhere. Your clients aren't getting what they need because you don't have the time to service everyone. Just can't do it. So when you start, like you said, a lot of times you say, I don't have the money to hire on people. As soon as you do, it's amazing how much business starts to flood your way and how much more you can do. And then you can just say, I'll just pass it on to my team. I'll just pass it on to my team. And I have to say, Katrina Sawa was very smart in that respect, that she has a team.
She's an awesome team of people
that she pulled together to do all the stuff for her, so she doesn't have to do it.
Yeah.
So she can go out and do what she does best.
Yeah, she's best at talking to people to find out their problems so that she can actually sit. I mean, and I've seen Katrina do this. She actually talks with you about your problems and then sits and goes to her team and says, can we fix this?
Yeah.
And then she comes to you and say, hey, listen, I've got a solution for you.
Yeah, she figures out whether they can do it or not.
She's great at doing it. And that's her sweet spot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And we see so many people out there who would like criticize people's sweet spots and knowing that, you know what I mean, this is the solutions to the problems. If Katrina tried to do all that stuff herself, all right, she'd be a failure in business. She's not. She's a success in business because she learned her sweet spot and she learned who to hire to do the stuff she can't do.
Yeah. True. Right. But on the other hand, though, too, when she would talk to people and people would say, well, I've got this, she'd say, I have a program for that. I have a program for that. Well, so, she does because she's got her team working on those programs.
That could be we go to mindset. That could be a positive statement. That could be a negative statement. But here's the positive to that is that automatically takes that automatically takes the person she's talking to and makes them think, ooh, this person can solve my problem.
Mm-hmm.
She says that probably as a canned response, not even knowing how she's going to solve the problem yet. She says as a canned response to put you in the mindset of, I got somebody who can help me.
Yeah.
Which is brilliant. It is brilliant, all right? Because
True.
She kicks them right past their first objective. That can't be done.
Yeah.
It can be done. I got a program for that.
Yeah, I agree. And it used to drive me nuts when she said that.
It does. It can be negative, all right, but it can be positive. And most people will not look at all the negative. It's just like these salespeople who was when this conversation started. The salespeople who are going to all the contact forms on websites and sending sales pitches.
Yep.
You know, for every one that they reach out to you and me who have a web company, they're reaching 100 of people who don't.
Exactly.
Who are self-hosting, right? And they need 5 sales a month, and they make a living. Think about it.
True, very true.
I hate it. I think it's unprofessional.
It's frustrating on our part, and it's pain in the ass. But there's going to be that 4 or 5 that are going to say, you know what? I do need this. I think I will give them a call because I do need this.
But again, it goes back to where the conversation went back in El Paso is. Every solution creates another problem.
Yeah, very true.
So there's a chance that some of those people are going to take the action and realize down the road, oh crap, I made a mistake. I need to fix this. So then they seek out someone else to fix that problem. And here's what the good news is. I could solve somebody's problem today, and a year from now, they've got another problem, all right? And they don't necessarily, now they've got a little distrust because the program led them to a problem, and now they call you.
Yeah.
And here's the things that can work out for people. Like I've got this relationship with John Limbacher, right? And I have it with you too, is I can come back in and go, well, you know what I mean? Yes, I can solve that problem. But can I tell you something really truthfully? is I know Katrina. I know her very well. All right. Katrina has a solution to come out of this because every problem creates new solutions. Every solution creates new problems.
Yeah.
And while Katrina's solution gave you a new problem, guess what? I can say to this honestly to people, Katrina has a solution to help you in the next step on that. Reach back out to her, have a conversation with her, and talk to her. All right. Now, that's not me cutthroating you, going try to take your business, but that's me building you back up. Right. And if more of us people in this industry would do that, we'd have more business.
Oh, true.
Because people would now trust. But what they're doing by coming to you or coming to me because they're dissatisfied with you, and I go, yeah, she's a snake. Right? That does not help the situation. That creates more distrust in our industry.
And animosity. Because the thing is, and this drives me nuts. I used to tie into it when I was first starting my business because I didn't know enough. I didn't know what I didn't know. But the thing is people say, well, I don't want you because you're competition. Here's the news, people. There are 7 billion people on the planet. Can you service every single one of them? No, you cannot. So there is no competition. There is no competition because you are you, I am me, and the people that we relate to and work with are the perfect customers that we need to work with. Yeah. That's it. There's no competition.
Well, there is and there isn't. There isn't in the fact that, there's more out there, but there is in the fact that, all right, the people who are looking right now, they're the easy picks.
Yeah.
And what are you going to do to make them see you over me?
And I agree with that, but the thing is still
it doesn't mean it doesn't mean I cut throat, but it still means we're in the same business.
Yes. And it's just and like it's all the content like we've been talking about too. It's based off there. If you, and that's how these people to sign up for it once we go back into this, sign up for those programs because they know exactly what pain points their audience is going through, and that's what they're putting out there. And so those people are feeling those pain points and say, I got to sign up. I got to sign up because she said she can help me with this A, B, and C, and that's what I'm going through right now. So I got to sign up. Doesn't matter how much, I got to do it. And
well, that's the other thing too, is this is what the people don't realize. And the more people you see speak, all right, the bigger the business, all right, the more you're going to have to pay to access that person one-on-one.
Oh,
period. Yeah. So you go to an event and you see Tony Robbins speaking and he's offering you something for $297. You ain't talking to Tony for $297.
No.
All right. For $297, you're getting some pre-written program that Tony made 25 years ago.
Yep.
Right. Now you come down to, all right, let's come down. And so Craig Duswalt, Craig's not as big as, all right, he's our mentor, but he's not as big as Tony, right? Now $297, you might get a little access closer to Craig because you're going to go to a smaller event. Now we come down to Tim Gillette. $297 for Tim Gillette, you're probably going to be in a smaller event than Craig Duswalt.
Yeah.
That's what people are not realizing when they go with, all right, building business at the stages you are in.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I would love to hire this big old fancy New York, design firm to do my website. However, it's not in my budget right now. You, Katrina, may be in my budget right now to make my website look good.
Yep.
Right? So I can get a website from you for a couple thousand, as opposed to going to the New York design firm that's going to charge me $20,000.
Yep.
And then you get into the $1 billion websites, or something like a Facebook that you want to design. Well, guess what? Now you're looking at $1 million to create it.
Yeah, because of all the bells and whistles.
That's it. And we don't realize is so many people see that. Well, I want to be Twitter. Great. Do you know what it costs to build that?
Good luck.
Yeah. I want my website to be simple and easy. It's why I have Simple Easy Marketing, right? I want the basics. I look at other people's websites in my niche all the time, all right, and compare the tools, how it's working, and what I can do to make it work. If I want to revamp All right. And I've paid for revamps. I think I've paid up to Cynthia. I think paid Cynthia a couple thousand one time to revamp it. And I always believe in revamping websites every 3 years at minimum.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Not every 2. Yeah. Well, a major, well, should I say, no, not a revamp, but like a major overhaul every 3 years. Like you need to tweak it every month, every week, every couple of weeks, months and stuff. But a major overhaul every 3 years, change the look, change the design, change the, you know what I mean, the way you go. And I changed mine. I think this last one I held for, I want to say it was almost 4 years before I changed. It was 2003 because I did it in 2021. And the last time I did it was 2018. The time before that was 2014. Right. And like, and 2014, it was 2011. All right. And 2010. So, I mean, like that's where my dates that I did major transformations. So.
Yep. And you should always be updating it, like you said.
Oh yeah, updating it. So like I'm tweaking things now. The same design's on there, but I'm tweaking the way that things are by reviewing other things.
And I know what the thing I'm working on too is because so many people have put websites up there, or they've had people that have put a website up there for them, but they're not maintaining it. So because they're not maintaining it, now hacks are just going in and going ballistic on these small websites that are small business owners, and they don't have the money to go in and have somebody check and make sure, why is their website down? Why is it now this and not that? And if they're not doing all that maintenance piece. So we're really starting to push that out for people because they're losing their websites. You spend all that money, just like you did the New York website.
Yeah.
You spend $20 grand on your website. You want to keep your website.
You want to keep it up.
Should be having somebody maintain it. And a lot of people don't. So you're just wasting your money when you do that.
That's why, it's why, you and I have programs that actually maintain it and look at it every day. I look at every one of the ones that are in my portfolio of websites for people. I go in every day and check for updates in their website. Yeah. It's part of what they pay me for, is to go in and do, and check for updates. All right. I have one in mine right now, one plugin that won't update on mine because I paid for an upgrade last year and I'm not paying for it this year. So I'm gonna have to go in and remove that plugin and reload it.
Yeah.
So and get
you should always be maintaining it though. People will put their website up and just leave it and say, I don't need to worry about it. Yeah. And then all of a sudden I get a call. Oh my God, my website is something totally different. What the heck happened? Yeah. I think it got hacked. What do I do?
Maintain your website.
Maintain it. You got to have somebody to maintain it. And educate. That's all we try. That's all we can do as business owners, is educate our clients and our potential clients on how we can help them.
So I was having lunch with a lady yesterday, though, speaking of websites and things that we're doing, right? And we were talking about a problem we started to see in the industry with a lot of people doing like creating, they have studios and they create video content for people. So you go to the studio, like here, Jeff Crilly here in Dallas is one of the people who does that. Yeah. You go into Jeff's studio, you create the content, but what they're not having is a place or a way to distribute it. In other words, these people create the content for them and no distribution. So I turn around and I said, wait a minute. This could be a business model.
Yep.
To distribute content for people. So this may be another tweak of what we're doing with my stuff, with doing the websites, the tweaks. All right, but going in to do that stuff for people. Imagine taking that content you got and breaking up into pieces, but distributing it. So.
Well, and that's what
I toyed with years ago doing, but anyway.
Well, and that's part of what you're doing too in regards to social media and getting things out there and your emailing campaigns and so forth. I mean, that's a lot of what you're doing, is you're distributing this information. And a lot of us, we have, like you said, you've got this video, but what are you doing with it? This nice video. Well, what do I do now? I spent all this money on it. What do we do?
Yeah. Well, I may go back and pull, because of this tool I found that will break things up. I may go back and pull the Dean Cain video when Dean interviewed me and actually put that in there to see how many, because it breaks up into 1 minute sound bites.
Yeah.
See how many 1 minute sound bites.
Which one are you using by chance?
I'm sorry. I'm not saying this on live.
Oh, you're not going to divulge.
Sorry, yeah, you want to find out what it is. I'm telling people in my program what it is.
It's you got to
I'm
sign
helping
up.
my clients use it, but yeah.
You got to sign up with Tim if you want to know what it is. It's a secret.
Wait a minute. I just got this. Are you free tomorrow? I want to invite you to dinner to help me decorate for Christmas.
Say what?
So I just got this text message. Happy holidays. Ellie, me and Milo are back. Are you free tomorrow? I want to invite you to dinner to help me decorate for Christmas.
I think it's the wrong number.
Yes. Wait, you ready for this? Because they sent the picture afterwards.
Uh-huh. Me and Milo. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, thank
Sure
you.
you are.
Uh-huh. No, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Scam.
Yeah, just
Scam.
a little. Just a little.
Scam. It is what it is.
Yep, that's right. So.
Especially now, too, you're going to find that there's going to be a lot more stuff coming across because of the holidays. They find that people try and open their pocketbooks more. So we'll see.
Oh, yeah. I was on Instagram yesterday and I get a text message, or maybe it was a messenger message. I don't remember, saying, click here to log, or click in here to your Instagram password has been compromised. Click here to reset it. And I'm like, right. Delete.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. Always be cautious of what you get.
Oh, but still, it still gets me, the people who get the phone call saying, the IRS is going to cancel your Social Security number unless you pay. It's $2,000. Well, I don't have $2,000. Well, what do you have to get started right now? Well, I have $600 in my bank account. Okay, go to Walmart. Yeah, go to Walmart and get $600 worth of gift cards, and I'll fix it for you right now.
It's like, what?
Yeah, you just got done telling them how much money you have. So guess what? They're going to try to get that money.
Yeah, crazy.
And to believe that.
And I'm saying the worse the economy gets, the more creative they get, and more they come out of the woodworks to get your money.
And the more automation tools that are out there, all right, the more that they'll be able to scam people. That's just a fact, ladies and gentlemen. You have
to be careful. And when you're looking at the email, look at the email, the email address.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people don't do that. They don't pay attention to that.
Lou Hastings, I have not seen you in a long time, my friend. So, anyway.
Happy. We're almost at the top of the hour here. Wow.
We're at the top of the hour. You want to do a show next week? It's a couple days before Christmas. I'm still doing it. If you're
yeah, absolutely.
All right.
I'm game. I'm game if you are.
All right. You talked me into it.
We always have enough to talk about. Trust me. You've seen, I mean, people who have followed us and been watching us, have we ever come up short and sit there, look at each other going, what did we talk about? We always find something to talk about.
Here's a good point right there.
Yep. True. Very true. And they are starting to get a lot smarter. They're starting to get a lot harder to find and a lot harder to decipher. Just, they're asking for any personal information. Don't give it. Never.
Yeah. My name is Donald J. Trump. My house is in Florida.
And I have $1 billion.
And I have $1 billion.
$1 billion. Where's my mini-me?
Yeah.
I need my mini-me.
$1 billion. I just, it's funny.
How scary would that be?
And I try not, and it's not that, I could sit here and tell you all the things to try to avoid the scams. The truth is you've got to become smart and wise. to watching what's going on in our world.
And
all right. As
attention.
AI increases, you're going to have to become wise. Not necessarily here. Let me teach you. Not me. Let me not come to me and have me tell you every little thing. But you got to become wise to know your surroundings. This is why I told people it was really great for me to spend all these years riding a motorcycle. I became aware of my surroundings. All right. That is what you need to do in today's business world. You need to be aware of your surroundings. All right. Because anybody could sneak up on your blind side.
I agree.
That's a business principle you'll learn.
Got to pay attention.
Yeah.
Got to pay attention.
Yeah.
Pay attention to all the details.
There you go. Right there. That's the word we need. Situational
awareness.
Good
Very
point
true.
there, Lou. Yeah. So
good answer.
All right. Well, we're gonna wrap this up for another week. You know what I mean? If you're just tuning in, you should come in earlier. We start at 10 o'clock every Thursday, Central Time. All right. I think that's
9 o'clock Mountain Time.
9 o'clock Mountain Time, right? And
8 o'clock Pacific Time.
Yeah. So
join us.
On the East Coast, it's 11 o'clock when we start. But anyway.
Yeah, but join us. We have a fun conversation. Always.
Yeah.
Always interesting.
So, Katrina and I put this show on every week. All right. If you want to find out more about me, go to simpleeasyevents.com. I'm actually doing a virtual event tomorrow. Simpleeasyevents.com. We'll tell you about what we do and how we give you a lifetime membership to attend all of our events for a one-time membership fee. All right. Check that out. Simpleeasyevents.com. And Katrina, tell them about you.
I am with KG Website Designs, and we help design a website that works for you, where you can make money instead of just being a pretty online brochure. Just
Good
saying.
Good point. So
we're all here to help.
That's right. So, but we will see you guys next week. Have a great week. All right. And be sure and subscribe to our YouTube channel, subscribe to our Facebook page, things like that. We would love to hear more from you about what you do and how we can help you.
Absolutely.
All right.
Later.